You think of Yuji as an oblivious fool at times, and then the most captivating and instinctive character in the show during others. Yuji Itadori is an anomaly amongst juggernauts of outliers. He is such a spectacle amidst the chaos that is the cast of Jujutsu Kaisen, that it's not hard to notice the sheer ambiguity of his nature, and why he is so shrouded in mystery. This is what I like to call the Yuji Itadori effect. For a character to possess not just aura but intrigue makes you more immersed, dedicated and consumed by his character. To know every move, each action, the unpredictability of what will happen next when his character interacts within the story. It is for this very reason Yuji Itadori creates his own story and redefines what it means to be a main character. Yes, simple, but hiding a darker, more philosophical side no one ever expected. Yuji starting off is mostly unassuming, goofy, and very astute in learning. His starting ideology is managing the information around him as opposed to forming his own standards, evident through the first portion of the series where Yuji mainly learns from Gojo and the other Jujutsu High sorcerers, as he is still new to the cursed world. Obtaining knowledge is but one of his most obvious aspects, that contains mysteries. Due to the fact that he is a prodigy, in fact he's too much of a prodigy at picking up things, which I believe partly contributes to his insane development further on. He's too astute for his own good, which puts him in situations that would otherwise be avoidable for other characters. A great example is through Yuji's uncanny affinity for the technique Black Flash, seemingly learning it in mere minutes, and even using it effectively thereafter. His practicality and determination proves to surpass what is physically possible for himself. If he cannot do something, he logically assumes he'll need to surpass his current abilities, which he does many times in the show, exemplifying his high potential and creativity to move around situations. Yuji intentionally creates a chasm between his own dark psychology and his pragmatic side, almost knowingly aware of what must be done for the greater good, for his own freedom from suffering. Although we discussed how Yuji possesses a slightly intellectual side to him, his trademark personality trait is how stoic he is, literally possessing no fear if the means justify the ends. He sets such a mindset and will not change, unwavering in his own decisions, which breeds his ruthlessness towards his enemies, and creates this anti-villain prospect from what is otherwise a positive aspect to his character. Yuji actively displays these traits of ruthlessness towards Mahito and Sukuna, ones he's made his mind up about, essentially creating an image of these people and why they can't be trusted, as we know Yuji is the opposite of indecisive. Moving on to one of the darkest and most sobering ideologies is how self-conscious Yuji is towards everything. His belief of ownership towards everything is taken to the extreme. Every decision he makes is a possibility to a worse or better future in his mind. Taking into account this nihilistic viewpoint, outside factors simply don't exist within the mind of Yuji. Instead, somehow everything leads back to him, what he can do, or how he can change things for the better. He realizes the errors of his own actions. Left to his devices, he actually develops quite the critical thinking mind, especially after the Shinjuku incident. Realizing how helpless he is to the uncontrollable factors, feeling like a victim to his own circumstances in an unforgiving, prejudiced world, where strength is the only thing that matters. Quick to learn, fast to judge, Yuji is pure human nature, reactivity at its finest. Without realizing, his actions catch up to him like a glitch. It all seems so surreal, and we get to witness the mental inner mechanisms of such moments within Yuji's character. Although Yuji seems quite apathetic from the outside due to the stoic attitude, he shows great empathy for others, being taught mainly from his grandfather, who taught him how to be responsible. These moments are what really give Yuji's character value, and add multiple dimensions to his nature. Yuji will show passion for others he sees as his friends, indiscriminate, almost like he is rejecting the nature of Jujutsu Kaisen. Being strong is everything. His relationship with Todo is literally the antithesis of the credence of Jujutsu Kaisen, having a brotherly love and trusting another with his life. Again, leading back to this typical non-overthinking and just doing attitude. But that's why we love him. It's because he can understand characters like Todo on a deeper level than other characters. He knows Todo's needs, wants, desires, and synchronizes his own thoughts to his. Yuji and Choji's relationship is also another spectacle, as both had no knowledge of each other and still showed care and respect regardless of their backgrounds. It's this indiscriminate give a chance attitude to Yuji that contradicts his actions to the bad guys, and why he has this two-faced look. Those who are innocent are simply innocent in his mind. No justifying or rationalizing why they might be his enemy. He simply accepts the inputs he's given, which is why he is surrounded by so many characters, because of his magnetism of not caring who you are, but rather judging the impressions you create for yourself. Having this two sides of the same coin for himself makes it seem like he's defying who he is in moments, becoming someone else depending on the moment, which is his way of coping, processing, and adjusting to the harsh truths. He is a very emotionally intelligent character, showing the ability to understand and discern certain emotions from other characters almost instantly. It's like he knows the future when it comes to predicting how another character will feel. Although not quite as smart as Todo, he has his own intriguing facets of intelligence that makes him quite unique. Yuji's unique affinity towards self-reflection and understanding, whilst having an unwavering belief system, is what makes him a character that truly defies archetypes and transcends further to a more deep and realistic point of view. Not because he ever wanted to, but because he's him. A character without resistance. A truly free perspective, uninfluenced and not corrupted by outside noise, creating his own philosophies about the world as he grows as a character and moves through the story. Overall, Yuji is a character that reinvents his own destiny, inspires change, and makes his own beliefs a reality through self-introspection, not just for the betterment of his own sanity, but to move on and mature past his old ways. This is the Yuji Itadori effect in full motion, and a truthfully deep analysis on his psychology. If you really enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to leave a like, subscribe, and comment on what video I should do next. And as always, peace!